What if two of the most terrifying sea monsters in Earth's history faced off in a no-holds-barred battle for dominance of the ocean? Imagine the moment. Deep beneath the surface, silence envelopes the abyss until a shadow stirs. Out of the blue, a colossal form cuts through the water with chilling grace. It's the Megalodon, an ancient apex predator stretching over 60 feet long with teeth the size of steak knives. But just as it senses movement in the distance, another massive shape barrels toward it from the darkness, the Mosasaurus, a marine reptile just as long, just as
What would
deadly,
happen in
and
a
far
face-
more aggressive. Two monsters, one ocean. Who would survive? Let's set the scene. The Megalodon, often shortened to Meg, lived around 23 to 3.6 million years ago during the Miocene and Pliocene epochs. It was the undisputed king of the ancient oceans. Unlike any modern shark, the Megalodon was a super predator, believed to weigh up to 50 to 70 tons. Its bite force is estimated to be over 40,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush the skull of a modern-day whale with ease. Its hunting method? Ambush from below, slamming into prey with shocking speed, then delivering a fatal bite to vital areas like the chest or tail. Now, picture the Mosasaurus. This creature ruled the oceans far earlier during the late Cretaceous period, about 82 to 66 million years ago. Though a reptile and not a dinosaur, it was every bit as lethal, with double-hinged jaws lined with conical teeth, and a body built like a streamlined torpedo. The Mosasaurus was a terrifying combination of crocodile and snake, wrapped in armor and muscle. It could reach lengths of up to 50 to 60 feet, and unlike sharks, it could use its flippers and tail to maneuver sharply, making it deadly in both chase and ambush scenarios. Scientists believe it had lungs like whales and surface to breathe, but it could dive and stay submerged for long durations, stalking prey below the surface. So, how do these giants compare? Let's start with size. In terms of length, both creatures are almost neck and neck. But in terms of bulk, the Megalodon likely had the advantage. Its body was thicker, more massive, and designed for raw power. On the other hand, the Mosasaurus had a sleeker, more agile frame, built for sudden bursts of speed and rapid turns, allowing it to strike quickly and vanish just as fast. Think of the Megalodon as a tank and the Mosasaurus as a fighter jet. Their senses were finely tuned for the kill. Megalodons likely had highly developed electromagnetic sensors in their snouts, allowing them to detect the electric fields of nearby prey. Their vision and smell were also acute, crucial for hunting in deep or murky waters. Meanwhile, the Mosasaurus relied on strong eyesight and possibly even low-frequency sound detection, similar to whales. Its intelligence may have been greater than the Meg's, as reptiles of that time showed signs of pack behavior and strategy, although there's no concrete evidence the Mosasaurus hunted in groups. Now imagine the fight. Location would play a critical role. In open ocean territory, the Megalodon could take advantage of its speed in straight-line sprints and its devastating bite. It would likely circle the Mosasaurus, looking for an opening to strike with bone-shattering force. One clean hit to the skull or tail vertebrae might end the fight right then and there, but in a coral-filled reef, a canyon, or even near underwater cliffs, the Mosasaurus would have home field advantage. Its agility and ambush capabilities would let it dart in, land a deep bite to a vulnerable area like the Meg's gills or underbelly, and retreat before the shark could react. Behaviorally, they differ greatly too. The Megalodon, though deadly, may have been a more cautious predator. It hunted large prey like whales, but often ambushed rather than engaging in extended fights. The Mosasaurus, however, had more evidence pointing to aggressive, opportunistic behavior. Fossils show they ate anything from ammonites to other mosasaurs. They may have even cannibalized their own kind. It wasn't just about survival, it was about domination. Let's break down a hypothetical clash. Say, the two beasts meet in mid-ocean, 100 feet below the surface. The Megalodon spots the Mosasaurus first and begins to circle, building momentum for a strike. The Mosasaurus, noticing the disturbance, turns to face the threat, baring its rows of sharp teeth. The Meg lunges in a flash, jaws open wide, but the Mosasaurus dodges with a flick of its tail and counters, locking its teeth onto the Megalodon's dorsal fin. It tears away a chunk of flesh, blood clouding the water. Now enraged, the Megalodon swings back around, this time faking a frontal attack before swerving to bite the Mosasaurus's tail. This tug-of-war continues for several brutal minutes. Each creature bleeds, but neither backs down. The Megalodon, stronger in short bursts, tries to clamp its jaw onto the Mosasaurus's spine, but the reptile rolls its body, narrowly avoiding a death blow and gouging the shark's gills in return. The battle now favors the Mosasaurus, which uses the blood in the water as cover. It dives deep, then rockets up in a surprise attack, jaw locking onto the shark's belly. But here's the twist. Sharks, unlike reptiles, need constant movement to breathe. And though mosasaurs were fast, they needed to surface eventually for air. If the fight stretches too long, both suffer, one from exhaustion, the other from suffocation. The Megalodon would try to end it fast. The Mosasaurus might drag it out. In this balance of strengths and weaknesses, either could win. One wrong move, one mistimed attack could mean death. Scientists can only speculate, of course. These two creatures never crossed paths in real history. By the time the Megalodon swam Earth's oceans, the Mosasaurus had been extinct for tens of millions of years, likely wiped out in the same event that ended the dinosaurs. But if they had overlapped, their confrontation would have been the ultimate prehistoric showdown. It's nature's version of Godzilla versus King Kong, only far more terrifying because it's based in reality. Version of Godzilla versus King Kong, only far more terrifying because it's based in reality. There's also the psychological aspect. While animals don't think in terms of pride or fear the way humans do, these apex predators were territorial. The presence of another massive hunter in their waters would have triggered an instinctive reaction, attack or flee. And neither the Megalodon nor the Mosasaurus was the fleeing type. Their battle wouldn't just be about food or space. It would be a test of supremacy. And what about intelligence? While we tend to think of reptiles as less intelligent than mammals, many marine reptiles develop strategies to outwit prey. The Mosasaurus might use deception, attacking from behind rocky outcrops or using the seafloor to hide and ambush. The Megalodon, on the other hand, may have learned over its lifespan how to anticipate movement, how to hit at the right moment to disable prey. This wasn't a brute versus brain fight, it was brute versus brute and brain versus brain. So, who would win in the end? Truthfully, it's too close to call definitively. In open ocean, the Megalodon's sheer size and strength